What's up guys, Brad with the Squared Away Everyday channel, and today we're going to be talking about the very best EDC flashlight that you can carry as of spring 2020. Let's get into it. Okay, the very best EDC flashlight, in my opinion, is the Surefire EDCL2-T. Now, there's also a smaller version of this light, the EDCL1-T from Surefire, which is a single cell light. This is a 2-cell light, so it takes a CR123 battery. The EDCL1-T takes 1 battery, and these are really terrific lights, primarily because of its function. But first we can kind of talk about the specs, and then I'll talk about why I really think it's the best EDC light that you could have, whether it's for just everyday practical use or an everyday light that you would maybe have to use in like an emergency situation for like self-defense or something like that. So let's kind of talk about the specs. So to start, the height of this flashlight is a little under 6 inches, somewhere in that ballpark. And this is the EDCL2-T that we're talking about, not the smaller one. So it's a little under 6 inches tall. The clip that you have will allow you to carry either bezel up or bezel down. Doesn't really matter. And it's a fairly decent clip. It's not super tight, but it is pretty decent. The actual diameter of the bezel is a little over 1 inch. I think it's like 1.1 or 1.2 inches in diameter. And the weight on this is just a hair over 4 ounces. So it's not overly heavy. It's a fairly standard size for a flashlight of this nature. The output on this light is going to be on high, it's 1200 lumens. On low, it's 5 lumens. And on the high setting for 1200 lumens, it'll run for an hour. So it's an hour of runtime with that. On the 5 watts, it will run for 60 hours. So that's just kind of the general specs on it. It's a great flashlight. It's a hard aluminum. I don't know whether it's 6061 or 7075. I don't know what kind of aluminum it is. I don't think they even specify on their website. But it's a hard aluminum. So if you had to strike somebody with the light for like a non-lethal weapon or a less than lethal weapon, you certainly could do that. Or if you needed to punch somebody with the light in your hand to give you some rigidity, you could do that too. But it's a great light. Now, going to why I think it's the absolute best EDC light is because of its function. So this light, you can hold it, you can kind of depress, and on low, it's on 5 lumens right here. And then if you hit it all the way, and when I'm talking about hitting it, I'm talking about this switch on the top here. This is a pressure switch. And so we barely push it down. It's on 5 lumens. We just push it all the way down. It's on 1200 lumens. It doesn't click. It doesn't lock into place in terms of the actual switch here. So you're not going to just click it on in your pocket and then this gets really hot and it burns the battery out. It's not going to happen with this light. It's just got a momentary on. And the momentary on can either do 5 lumens on low at 60 hours or on high 1200 lumens at 1 hour. And that's so cool because we're not going to accidentally engage this and it just clicks on. And really for the most part, 5 lumens is plenty of light just to find your car keys or find the keyhole in your door, anything like that. See your dog in your yard and call them inside at night, anything like that. 5 lumens is really going to be fine. But if we needed to, and we need access to that, boom, that 1200 lumens, we've got it right here. And it's awesome, awesome. I really love this light strictly because of that alone. Now, if we do need constant on, we do have that as well. So you just turn the bezel and you can see we're on 5 lumens here. And then if we continue to turn the bezel, boom, now we're on 1200 lumens. So you can see you can put it on constant on and then you kind of do a quarter turn and now it's not going to engage in your pocket. And it is fairly, I don't want to say it's hard to turn, but it's tight to turn. So hands down, the best EDC light. You can get this in the single cell, which is a lot shorter. I think the diameter is the same. The weight's obviously going to be less. the length is going to be shorter. That's the best part of it for the EDCL2-T. And again, that low and then high, that is money. That is the best function of a light for a tactical use, everyday use, anything like that. That is the best function in my opinion. I do not like the lights that click down, and it's because if you wear it in your back pocket, even in your front pocket sometimes, you accidentally engage that, you click it in, and there goes all your battery. And the CR123s are not cheap. It's not like they're crazy expensive, but they're not cheap. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. So I really like that you can't just fully click this tail cap down and lose your light. And that when you take your hand off the light, when you take your thumb off, the light turns off. That's incredible. I've been a big fan of I think they call it the gas pedal switch, which is you barely push it down, then you push it down, gas pedal. The harder you push into the switch, the brighter the light gets. And it's not incremental, it's just in 2 stages, but that's kind of how that works. Now, I've been a big fan of this for a super long time. This is the Surefire LX2 and this is an old light. This is my old beauty. Carrying this one for a long time. The clip has broke off, and that's probably the biggest con of these type of clips. They were both the same, by the way, is that they're not super sturdy. So you probably just order a couple spares for these because you're probably going to break the clip off at some point. But that's the biggest con on these types of flashlights from Surefire in general. But this old light, and this is a very old one, I don't even know how old at this point, at least 10 years old, and I carried this one forever, even when light technology started to get really good and you could get 1,000 lumens or 500 lumens. This guy was 200 lumens max. So the output on this one, 200 lumens on high, same thing, an hour of runtime. On low, it's 5 lumens, and I think it was like 30 or 40 hours runtime, something like that. I don't really remember exactly, but it was that same thing, the gas pedal switch. You hold it just a little bit, and then you can click it down all the way, and you get your 200 lumens. And that was just always so great to me. This light, actually, this design was really pushed through by a guy by the name of Stanford, who was he's a very well respected, very well known tactical instructor who wrote a book called Surgical Speed Shooting, and he was a big deal, you know, a while ago, and very well respected guy. I was able to take his last class that he ever taught, actually, down in Tennessee, and just in the States in general. I was able to take that last class. But anyway, Stanford came up with this design, and he helped Surefire kind of design just the specs to it and the gas pedal switch and all that kind of stuff. So awesome light. I love the Surefire LX2 Lumimax. You cannot get these anymore, sadly, but it's a beautiful looking light. I'll get some close-ups for you. And then when they came out with the Surefire EDCL2-T, oh my gosh, it was a match made in heaven. So stoked that they came out with the gas pedal switch again. That is it for me, the gas pedal switch. That's why it's the best EDC light that you can get. I think the predecessor to the EDCL2-T or L1T was the backup EB1, the Surefire backup EB1, but it didn't have this gas pedal switch. This is the money right here. It doesn't click on, and it's going to turn off when you take your hand off of or when you take your thumb off of the switch. And more importantly, you've got that low setting and you've got the high setting. I hate the lights where you have to like click through a bunch of times, and maybe you're going to click through to a strobe, or you got to double tap it. And I just don't like that. I think this is way easier. I think everybody should move to this design. And if they don't, I've got a couple of these stored up, and I think that they're terrific. So that's it. I'll stop rambling about it. But the Surefire EDCL2-T or the Surefire EDCL1-T both have that same switch on the back. And these are the best EDC lights that you can carry. They're maybe a little bit big for what you want to carry, but if you are going to carry a knife in general, this is the ticket right here. At home, also a great option, just to have in the junk drawer or next to your bed. It's a great all-around light, but the very best EDC light you can buy. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else for you. I just wanted to do a quick video on my favorite EDC light that you can buy. That's it. That's all I've got for you today. If you liked this video and you thought it was informational, entertaining, you want to see more of it, please like, subscribe, and comment down below any sort of future videos you'd like to see for flashlights and knives, truck stuff, anything like that, I'm more than happy to put it up. And that's it. We will see you in the next one.